What it do? This Kevin Gates, aka Luca Brass, and when I'm talking, you need to be listening. And right now, you logged on to hiphopzilla.com. 100.
Forensic whipping in court, still considered a sport. On the phone with Baldhead while watching King of New York. Tedrick Shaver's case, one of the greatest I ever saw. Whole team turned sour, niggas trying to get off. Caught slipping, blick the biscuit administered in the car. I'm a dog.
What's good in the hood, people?
What's good?
It's your guy 4 Eyes, the ambassador of everything awesome.
With the glasses on.
And I'm checking in with the one and only Kevin Gates. How you doing, Big Pimp?
I'm just coolin', big brother. I'm blessed to be here right now.
And HipHopZilla is blessed to have you aboard. Is everything good? I wish I had my cup. See, I left mine out in the car. I should have known better. I should have known better. It was just some Jägermeister, straight, no ice, no nothing, just straight Jaeger.
I don't drink none of those.
Don't do none of them?
Yeah, you can't get this at the grocery store.
See, that's that new demonstration. That's that new dimension that we have come to interview you for, so we can learn about that and everything you got going on today, man. For real, man.
Ask me anything. Let's go.
Well, man, let's kick it off with your style in particular. Like, you have a real distinct voice, and you like to harmonize. You're real melodious with your flows and your lyricalness. Could you explain what influences that, brother?
Me? I was in lockdown when I first started experimenting with that. I was in lockdown for fighting, and I just, I was just rapping, and I just went into that one day just playing around, and I liked it, and I liked the way it sounded. So I guess you could say that was me experimenting with my creativity, but I can't say that it was someone that I listened to and they inspired me, so I aspired. No, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
I just was playing around, having fun, and I slipped upon something. I've never been afraid to try anything.
True, essence of hip-hop, having fun and experimenting. Okay. You have a hellified Louisiana slang about your dialect and the way you articulate yourself.
I'm from Louisiana.
Of course, naturally. But it's you Baton Rouge. You're not necessarily the NO or.
I'm from New Orleans, but I moved to Baton Rouge.
Okay. When you rap, necessarily, are there any? I know you're influenced by some of the greats out of Louisiana, but are there any
I
folks?
can't say that, big brother. I always was a fan of up north music.
Really?
And I guess that's kind of where I'm into my lyricism, and I exhibit the vernacular that I exhibit. A lot of individuals, they dumb their music down.
Yeah,
they're afraid of being intelligent, and I'm not. I grew up, and I've been in and out of jail since I was 13. And being incarcerated, you meet some of the most intelligent individuals you ever want to meet in your life. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I'm not afraid to exhibit my intelligence at all. I know who I am on the inside. So I can exhibit vulnerability. I can exhibit softer sides. I could care less what anyone thinks about me. Because I just meet people and they be gorillas all the time. Arr, you like this even with your kids? I just ain't never been a fan of being too hard for myself. That's what I like to call it. Being too hard for oneself.
Hey,
just too hard,
You're a multi-layered individual, Mr. Gates. That is
to an extent. I mean, I can see why you would say that, but it ain't really much to what meets the surface.
Tell us, HipHopZilla folks, what was you listening to? Just period.
Anything from up north, I like down south beats, but I like up north wordplay. Big L, Wu-Tang Clan, Biggie Smalls, Nas, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Things of that nature. Pac. Things of that nature.
Brother, you have worked with a gang of notable artists.
I have.
I
don't allow that to. I don't allow that to give me any type of certification because, I believe that whatever's meant to be will be, and I'm not an individual that believes in expectations. I don't have any expectations for the next man or for my situations. I believe that when we allow ourselves to have expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointments. Because things don't always go the way that we plan.
Right about
and I
that.
suffer with depression, so that's why I record so much. That's my only release from, my depression is recording and getting tattoos.
Okay.
When I undergo the pain of the needle, the pain of reality fades for a small moment, for a small period of time. So yeah, that's what it is.
Are there any artists you looking forward to recording with?
I'm looking forward to recording with anyone that's willing to work with me, and anyone that's as serious about music as I am. Yeah. I'm willing to work with. If I say one person, that's going to X everybody else out. Why would I do that? Why would I put my foot in my mouth?
You know, the greatest part about trying to conduct a regular, simple interview is you do not give regular, simple answers, so then it helps the organic growth of the interview just spiral into something just...
Ask me anything you want to, but my favorite thing to tell people is ask me no questions. I tell you no lies.
Because it's all
But you can ask me anything you want to, though.
I need to know. You got, you put out some mixtapes.
A lot of them.
A lot of them, you know, Pick of the Litter.
Pick of the Litter.
I was gonna jump off.
That wasn't a jump off, but Pick of the Litter was a mixtape.
Pardon my terminology.
Don't worry about that. Come on, I ain't here to correct you, big brother.
You
I'm
awesome.
just here to answer your questions.
I need
Perfect
to know.
in my eyes.
I need to know. Going from mixtapes to the full album, is there any type of transition, or what is the difficulties?
All of it is mixtapes. You know, even the last project I just put out was a mixtapes. It's just most of my mixtapes sound like albums. But it's a mixtape. I just dropped it on iTunes, but it's a mixtape. July 16th. Make sure y'all go get that. My Twitter's Kevin_Gates. My Instagram is I am Kevin Gates, one word. And the label I'm signed to, the website is officialbwa.com. You know.
And this is the Stranger Than Fiction. Just
Stranger Than Fiction.
And a wonderful title.
Yeah, because people hear me tell stories sometime and they be like, wow, they're wild by the things that I say. And, you know, the things that I say, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction to individuals that have lived a sheltered lifestyle. You know,
that's a very good point.
I wasn't a sheltered individual. I lived life at an accelerated pace. So I hung with a lot of older people, and I still do. The youngest person in my clique, 53. So if you my age, you can't tell me nothing but your business.
That's a good point. That's a very solid point. We all know you was in jail for a little grip, nice little...
This last time, yeah, I did that close to 3 years. But I've been in and out of being incarcerated since I was 13.
But this last time you came out swinging, though. You really...
Well, really, that's when everyone started to pay attention. I was swinging before then. But like I say, you know, I'm in the streets and I accept everything that come with the streets. So I wasn't upset about going to jail because that come with it.
Yeah.
And even though, you know, that it wasn't my fault or none of that, it comes with the streets. So, you know, that's how my vacation came, so I enjoyed it.
Do you feel you were more refined musically now? Because virally you just started to take off, like anything in particular, like that just made them pay attention
I started
this time?
taking music serious. Before being incarcerated this last time, you know, I really didn't take music serious. It was still considered as a diary. Anything that was going on, I would make a song about it and make 2-3 songs and be right back in the streets. Yeah. But when I came home and I saw my following, I saw how people, you know, responded and gravitated toward what I had going on, you know, I took it more serious. And me taking it more serious, it's safe to say that, you know, it was refined.
You see, you're always swinging, but now you're hidden when you're swinging, so then it just,
you know,
started lining, started connecting everything. Okay. Well, with the transition of hip-hop, you know, coming from where it came from, you know, being pop and, you know, having this place overseas, how do you see hip-hop, you know, Hip-Hopzilla wants to know?
I don't allow myself to look at it in any certain type of way because I would not allow myself to be altered by anything that goes on around me. That's why I don't watch TV. I don't pay attention to the internet.
You don't watch TV?
At all. I don't watch any TV. I'm never on the internet.
You don't watch TV?
I don't watch TV. I read. I do a lot of reading. I can tell you the last book I read.
So you don't watch like hip hop in Atlanta?
I can tell you the last book I read. By Charles F. Hano, The Master Key System. Book before that was James Redfield, The Celestine Prophecies. I don't really do too much Robert Greene because I do a lot of reading, and Robert Greene is really a lot of derivatives of other people's literature. So I don't really do too much Robert Greene, but I do a lot of reading.
Excuse me, nigga, did you say book?
Oh, yes, sir.
You read?
Recreatively.
On purpose? Like nobody makes you do this?
No.
It's not like a work release thing where you have to read? You do this on your own?
This is what I do. I love to read. That's what I love to do.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Being that my vocabulary is as extensive as it is, you know, my vernacular in the way that I speak, you can tell that I'm an individual that does a lot of reading, recreatively.
I thought all y'all was gone. I thought all black people that read books was gone, well, especially really, all the hip hop artists.
People think I'm black, so I just go with it, but I'm really not black.
You're not black?
No, I'm Puerto Rican, but I be black. Everybody think I'm black.
You learned something new here today, because I just learned something new here today. In addition to being black, I just found out Kevin Gates is Puerto Rican.
Man, this nigga tripping in this bitch, man.
I don't even got my cup. He talking about I'm tripping.
Really, it's not that he's tripping. He's elated. He's not elated. I have my master's in psychology. I got that in prison. He's elated, and what he mean by elated, he's appalled, but in a good way, for lack of a better term. You know, it's kind of astounding sometimes when you hear, you know, because sometimes you lose hope in the younger generation. But when you see somebody coming up younger than you, you know, with good morals and, you know, good principles, you know, sometimes it is, you know, it blows your way. You know, it's mind-boggling sometimes. You know, I'm also involved in something called an Achievement Academy, where I mentor the young people. You know, I mentor the high schoolers, but my target audience is the middle school.
Word.
Because that's when I believe the transitional phase takes place. Because that's when it's set in stone who you're going to be and socially.
Plant the seeds earlier, yeah.
So that's why I like to really target the middle school, and I like to tell people, the children, well, I don't really like to call them children, I just call them young people, because I just remember how hard it was being in middle school, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you first start experiencing girlfriends and who's cool and who's not. You know, it's like that, you know, in middle school. It's very trying times. So my, you know, I guess what I say to most of the young people is this, you know, life is about the choices and decisions that you make. You make the right choices, the right things happen. You make the wrong choices, you suffer the consequences, whatever they may be. I'm not going to say that you're going to die and go to jail for a wrong choice, but you will suffer the consequences, whatever they may be. That's what I like to do, because like I said, I already did the streets. So I'm not no rapper. I'm not going to hang with a D-boy trying to be in the streets. I did that already. That's my life. So a lot of individuals, when they talk about it and they talk about it incorrectly, I feel very misrepresented. Because like I said, I love Starlito. That's my favorite artist, and he's highly intelligent. Mm. You know, when you listen to this brother speak, you know, so that's the type of individuals that I listen to.
Brother, I'm really proud and glad that you, in addition to being a great artist, you can also, you know, give the real side of yourself, which helps people learn that it's more to this music
big
game.
Brother, because, you know, I tell all my young people, man, the things around you and your environment don't dictate who you are or what you become. You know, I grew up in a very poverty-stricken environment. You know, a lot of the individuals that I gravitated toward did a lot of the wrong things with the right intentions. Yeah. So which speared me into a downward, you know. It speared me into a downward, you know, way of living. You heard me? A downward lifestyle, you know. I guess so to say. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I rose. I learned. I made mistakes. I learned from those mistakes, and I'll make a bunch of new mistakes tomorrow that I haven't made before. You know, that's what life is about. We make mistakes, and if we're fortunate, we learn from them.
Man, well, I'm glad you could be here with Hip Hop Zilla on the upside of these things, because you're definitely doing it, brother. I'm very proud of you, man.
100. But really, I'm blessed to be here talking to you, because you're going to take this and you're going to, you know, introduce me to a whole new, you know what I'm saying, a whole new platform and base of people, you know what I'm saying? You know, so this is a whole nother base right now. You know, this is down to what? This is just going viral internet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, you know, this is a whole nother base, a whole nother setting, a whole nother platform. So this is me reaching people in ways that I couldn't have reached people, you know, before. So, you know, it works both ways, you know. Yeah. All pieces of the puzzle matter. It don't matter if it's a corner or a middle piece. They all equal to the same thing. And they all are dependent upon each other. A puzzle is not a puzzle without all the pieces. You know, and that's what I tell people, man. It might not be your calling to be a great artist. It might be your calling to be a great interviewer. It might be your calling to be a great painter, you know, great DJ, a great football, basketball player. Whatever it is that you love doing, do that. And be great at it.
Man, you're fucking awesome, dude.
I try to be, big brother. I try to be. I'm not without flaws at all. But I put all my flaws out on Front Street, and that makes me perfect. You know, I exhibit that vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too hard for myself. Like I said, I'm not a gorilla all the time. It's a time and a place for that. It could be Afghanistan every day of the week if that's what somebody wanted to be.
Yeah.
But other than that, big brother, I got a 5-month-old daughter, and I love to play, you know, and make her laugh, make funny faces at her. I be a gorilla with her, she might cry, you heard me?
Yeah.
You know, when I'm with my lady, I know how to be gentle. I know how to be soft. I know how to exhibit a softer side of me. You know, I can't always be aggressive and be a monster. But individuals, you know, they hide within the confines of masculinity. I've been seeing that a lot with a lot of males. They feel that they have to be hard, you know, and that's not really what's happening. Be that when it's time to be that. A lot of time when it's time to be that, you don't stand up. Got to be that, you know, when it's time. You know, it's a time and a place for everything. Time for war is a time for peace. But a good soldier prepares for war in times of peace. I do believe that.
So we can't get an interview for the next album project you drop. I definitely need one for the Kevin Gates book, signing and release, because you are full of wisdom. It needs to be.
I am going to drop some books in parts, you know. I'm not just going to just drop, but this is not going to be derivatives of and spin-offs of other individuals' literature that I've read. It's going to be my life, things that I've experienced, you know. Fucking with a woman with AIDS.
Damn.
You know, I never wonder why she wouldn't fuck me, you know. You know, she was saving me from something, you know what I'm saying? My father died of AIDS. You know, my mother was a dancer. I mean, you know, it's real. You know, it's 100, man. Shit real. You know what I'm saying? My mama like my grandma. My grandmother like my mama. My mama like my sister, man. That's how they go. My grandfather, he was an attorney. You know, shit wasn't going how it was supposed to go, so he did other things, you know. I had to witness that.
See, I was finna make a reference to this commercial where the little girl says, "What about infinity times infinity?" But you wouldn't have seen it. But you just made my head go.
Yeah, it's real. The truth is stranger than fiction. That's what made me come with the title for that. Because when I tell people, you know, different stories and different things that I have experienced, they're like, yeah, the truth stranger than fiction, you know. It is. It is.
Kevin Gates, man, thank you. I
appreciate everything.
Appreciate you, fam.
May the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent one from another. Amen.
That's good. Oh, Jesus.
Forensic whipping in court, still considered a sport. On the phone with Baldhead while watching King of New York. Tedrick Shaver's case, one of the greatest I ever saw. Whole team turned sour, niggas trying to get off.